So we put on Instagram that we were going to answer some of your questions, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't think we answered that one very well. That's too choppy, I don't think. Like,
well, you get what you fucking given.
Yeah. Personal favourite song to play live?
Trinquary's always good, isn't it?
Trinquary's sick, because we get to jump.
Everyone.
I still remember the time you jumped the whole way through that song.
Yeah.
we Bristol. Even through the bit with just singing.
We played a show with 4 Years Strong in somewhere in Germany.
You did it then, but you also did it on the headliner. First time headliner.
I don't think I've done it more than
yeah,
twice.
You have done.
The one I remember was with 4 Years Strong in Germany, and there was about 7 or 8 people there, wasn't there? It wasn't a busy show. Maybe 7 or 8.
I remember that. Bochum
and a few more. Yeah, but it was somewhere like in the middle of nowhere in Germany, and I just jumped the whole way through the song, even the bits where there was no music. Just kept jumping.
We do this occasionally. We do something funny like that.
Not often.
Not often, but occasionally.
Yeah.
Favourite show you've ever played?
So there's kind of different ones for different reasons. Isn't
Underworld was cool because there was something about headlining Underworld. We'd only done like 250 tickets before in London, so I guess like that 500 ticket sort of leap, that 250 ticket leap was just sick, wasn't it? And then
each headline jump feels great each time we do that. But then also there's kind of landmark things that we always wanted to do when we were kids, like for example Reading and Leeds was a big one.
Yeah, that was definitely cool.
And then like me and Ryan actually went to Reading and Leeds when we were
16.
Probably like 16, and just remember looking up at the main stage and being like, oh yeah, that looks like a good time, and it was a good time.
It was. Hope to see you guys in Cincinnati. Let's get some more pics and selfies.
Is that Jordan?
Yeah. Big up Jordan. Favourite bands right now?
Nothing But Thieves. I think they've got a good record out at the minute. I like that new Royal Blood tune.
Yeah, very good.
It's not even that new anymore, is it really?
No, but I think there was a newer one.
I like some of the new Miley Cyrus songs.
Yeah. Because there's one that sounds like Jason by the Midnight.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
Man, the Midnight are really good. If you haven't listened to the Midnight, you should do that. How about you?
I've been listening to Jeremy Zucker. I don't know if you've listened to him too much.
No.
Insane. Pretty much all I have in my rotation is him at the moment. Do you guys have any pre-show rituals or traditions?
We don't always do this, but we always used to put our hands in and do the. I don't know if you're a Peep Show fan, you'll be aware of Super Hands.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking suck. And we got in. We got into a bit of a habit of doing that before we went on, just to get us pumped up. Yeah. I just want to fucking.
Someone asked who our favourite football clubs are.
Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal guy.
And I'm a Manchester United fan.
So yeah, good year for you.
Yeah, not a good year for you.
Well, there's time for it to come round, isn't there? No.
Did you know Trash Boat would have such a positive influence on people when you began? Definitely not.
That's a nice question.
Yeah, it's a nice question, but I don't think it was ever like, oh yeah, we're going to change people's lives and stuff.
No, I think I think when you start a band, that's obviously you're hoping for that, but not expecting it necessarily.
But it's cool. Like even I know the last song we put out, couple people put a reaction video up, didn't they, of them listening to the song for the first time and stuff. That's really cool because you can tell it means a lot to them, and it's like, oh.
I think Toby gets to sort of experience that a bit more firsthand with.
Yeah, and he writes a lot of the lyrics, so that's the stuff people are relating to.
Yeah, but it is cool to have a part in providing like a positive experience for people at the shows as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's kind
even
of
just chatting to people, like even.
Yeah, it's really nice. So
how do you do that cool spinny thing without getting your guitar cable caught?
So we all have wireless guitar cables, so it's like a little transmitter that you clip onto your strap, and then a small lead goes into your guitar so you don't get tangled up. There's probably a good point to be made out of this, really, because there was a point where we had a decent amount of money in the band account and felt like giving it to each other and actually paying ourselves, but instead we reinvested that money in more expensive wireless equipment.
Like in-ear monitors.
Yeah,
isn't it all part of that? We made like a fly rig that we take everywhere and plug all of our stuff into. And
I think at the time it probably felt like, God, I'd rather just have some money.
Yeah, because that's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, but then
But the return is playing a good show every night because
Exactly.
you've got the same ear mix and you haven't got any cables fall over.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely worth.
I picture when we talk about this. You know, we played that festival we flew into in Slovenia.
Yeah.
Dan put his camper at the front of the stage, and we all had loads of drinks on stage. We were all getting pretty pissed because it was a long set.
Yeah.
And Dan, every 5 minutes, the cable's coming out, and he's having to put it back in because he won't move the camper or whatever. And for some reason, every time he moves away, do you not remember?
No,
Oh
I was having my own problems in Slovenia because my jack was falling out of the back. That was shambolic. That was dreadful. No,
So this is a good one, and it's going to apply to both of us. How many Les Pauls do you have?
I've got 2. How many Les Pauls do you need? There's no limit, is there?
Well, no, because you should only really need one, but you play a few different ones, and there's like good reason there. So why would you have more than one Les Paul?
Well, the only reason I have more than one is I have had one since I was about 13, and then recently bought one from Ryan that I just played and thought was infinitely better, but I just haven't brought myself to sell the original one yet. But I think we're both sort of guitar aficionados really, or definitely the guitar nerds of the band in terms of like gear.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got a small shop going, haven't you?
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got, how many Les Pauls do you have at the moment?
Probably 5, but I've not got any I haven't got like an R8 or anything. But I've got my, obviously, like I use my Les Paul, my Ebony Les Paul Custom Live, and I have done forever. That's kind of been through Warped Tour and all that, so that's not going anywhere. But
a lot of them are in a state of flux, our guitars,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Like they come and go, but they're kind of a good thing to do that with, really, because they hold their value. Like, well, depending on what brand, they hold their value reasonably well. So it's a pretty good sort of investment, really.
yeah, that's what I tell myself.
Yeah, that's how to sell it to your parents or your girlfriend or whoever.
Favourite bass guitar you want?
Yeah, it's one of the, you can grab it. This is my favourite because I've sort of made it a little bit. It's a Fender Pawn Shop Reverse Jaguar, and it originally had another pickup here and like a smaller pick guard, different pickup in here. It wasn't pink. I wrapped this one. Well, I say I wrapped it. Sort of helped a little bit. But yeah, this one's kind of cool because I actually, I don't know, had some input in making it. I
No, I
guess.
really like this. I think it's
So someone needs to make this as a signature model. Yeah.
Or
Why is it? Do you want to tell everyone why it's called Grasshopper?
Oh yeah,
It's more the red one.
where
but
was the
it was in Florida.
went to a shop in Florida, and there was this. Was it just a little small guitar and bass shop?
Yeah, it was
Super small, and it's this older guy,
He was just like
quite intense.
Yeah, basically, I wanted to get a second one as like a backup guitar.
Did you already have one at that point?
Yeah, I already
They
had this
just
pink
happened
one.
to have one.
I already had the pink one, and then I
Right.
saw online that there was a place just round the corner from the studio that had another, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's go there and see if they've got it. And because it's a bit of an odd shape, they didn't have a hard case for it, and I was thinking, oh well, I need to fly this home, so
Yeah.
can you guys sort out, if you can sort out a hard case for it, I'll buy it, kind of thing. And this guy was just the most rock and roll, but like just mental. Like
Yeah.
he seemed truly insane, and he called himself Grasshopper, and he was like, yeah, let me just call up Fender, and
Did you actually phone them though?
I don't know who he called. I don't know if he's got some direct line
Did you
to,
get a hard
to
case?
Fender. Not from there. I got
You're
a
from
hard case.
music
I got
stuff.
one from Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, Grasshopper's Fender hookup didn't come through, but he called him up. He was like, "Hello, this is Grasshopper," and yeah, we all just found.
There's no way they know him as Grasshopper.
No, yeah, like he's on first name terms with. Like he made it out like he had a direct line to Leo Fender, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh
cute.
man, who's this guy? So yeah, ever since then, this is going to be known as the Grasshopper. And I kept meaning to get
A plate for it.
yeah, a
So
little engraved bit, but I haven't got around to that yet. But one day.
A band you'd love to bring as support, and a band you'd love to support.
It's a difficult one really, because I think there's two different answers for who would you most like to support, because it's different to say like who would be
Your dream
most
role.
beneficial
Or
and who would be
heroes,
like
kind
your
of thing,
idols. It would be probably like some sort of classic rock band like AC/DC or someone like
Bon
that.
Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Who did we see supporting Bon Jovi once?
Young Guns.
Young
Yeah, 'cause we
Guns.
went to see Young Guns at the O2, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was years ago. But yeah, Young Guns came out, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
But
That's the sort of tour that would be like obviously incredible, but and
wouldn't do anything for your band.
not really.
You'd get a nice dressing room and like
Yeah, you'd feel like a rock
I
star.
wouldn't
for
even get a
bit,
good
for
ride,
sure.
though.
No, I bet you would. You
I
would.
don't know.
Of course you would.
Well,
You're
not-
doing the stadium.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean like they're going to give you.
They're not going to stick you in the toilets, are they?
Well, no, they'll give
if there's
you
only
the
if there's
room,
only
but-
one, there's going to be space in a stadium and budget for.
Who says they're giving you the budget? We play
Sure,
with some
surely.
big bands.
No, you can't tell me that. You can't
I
tell me
dunno.
that AC/DC selling out stadiums are not going to give you a packet of crisps and some beers.
Tell you more about some bands we've toured with. In pit of chips. You're not getting. I actually genuinely don't think you'd get a good rider.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
I don't know. How was the writing process different from previous albums?
It's a lot of Zoom action.
Yeah, a lot of online.
But I don't know, how is it different? You're more of a writer, aren't you? So
Well, just more, it was more over the computer in the end, wasn't it? 'Cause I think a lot of it happened when we started working with Jason, and we had like some bare bones tracks. Obviously, yeah, we did more work with Jason over Zoom, where we would normally do maybe some pre-pro with someone at the studio the weeks before, or the month before, whatever. Like we did, we've never done that. Have
yeah, we actually had a lot of time with Jason over.
We did have a lot of time, so it ended up being. I don't think it was worse this time around. I think it was just a different way of working, and yeah, so all the pre-production for that sake was over Zoom rather than in a studio, and that's probably how it differed, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Also, shout out Jason, pure genius.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
it like? Who would last longer on a desert island and why?
Out of me and you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say me.
Yeah, I'd probably
I think
say
you'd just get. You'd be like, you just start huffing and puffing.
yeah, I
and
would.
just
I would.
like-
I'd be like, well, this isn't on. I'm
Yeah.
not having it.
You know.
Yeah. Ryan would probably last
Yeah,
longer.
thank
He'd
you.
be
I'll take that win.
a bit more resourceful,
Yeah.
better cook as well. aren't he?
Liam would last the longest.
Liam. Our merch guy Liam would last decades. on
He
a
once
desert
walked,
island.
so he lives, there's a club called Batchford in St Albans, and he lives probably half a mile from it.
I don't think I know this story.
Yes, you do.
Go on.
You must be. So he lives half a mile from it. He got really pissed and is walking home, but as you come out of Batchwood, you can go left, like basically right or left his house, and the other way is just a forest. He then walked into the forest, got lost, and made a fire and slept in the forest.
Oh shit!
Yeah, of course you know that.
Oh, I do remember
And then
that.
I remember phoning him this morning, his dad answered like, have you spoken to Liam? I was like, no. He's like, you're not going to believe what he's done. And yeah, Liam slept in a forest
Sounds
with a
amazing.
fire about
Sounds
half a
amazing.
mile from his house.
He loves crafting things, our Liam.
Yeah. What was it like touring with Future Teens in the Wonder Years?
Good time, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a Halloween show. We did the Wonder Years. We did the Oasis cover set.
Oh yeah, that's the tour. Yeah. And but that was off the back of we did our UK Europe headliner. Went and did, was it Don Broco?
Yeah.
In the States, and then we did some headline shows, and then that at the end. So it was 4 days, but they were probably the best 4 US shows. They're the biggest, weren't they?
Yeah.
And we played some cool places. And
Yeah,
that was a sick tour.
I like touring with the Wonder Years as well because it's a similar kind of crowd, and obviously
Nice
the
people
soupy connection with the feature as well, and they do look after you. So
Yeah, that was brilliant.
yeah, it's really decent tour that.
So someone's asked, what will you do first when you arrive in Russia?
I don't know, what is there to do in Russia?
I don't
Do you know
know.
what I'd like to do in Russia? I would like to check out some good like clothing stores and that, and see what the fashion offerings are in Russia. That and like I
I
suppose.
just want to explore.
Yeah, just
I
kind of
just haven't been
sightseeing.
there.
Usually we don't really have like a roadmap of like things that we want to go and do when we go to new places. It's more just like if we have a bit of time, go for a wander, see what's about. It's kind of rare that we'd actually plan like a proper touristy adventure.
But if there's something good near, we'll always go to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of
We
get out.
got into a phase of that, didn't we? Because it's easy when being in a band to sort of, I don't know, sit in the green room on your phone and just not really go anywhere or do anything and just eat peanut butter sandwiches all day. But we got into a good phase the last time we went
Going
to
out.
Europe of just like walking a few miles each day and just sort of going.
Even if you're just to the shops.
Yeah, it's just nice to get out and about and